This is Wild Hair, Kinda Care, Jamerrill, Crooked Glasses, coming at you today with a whole lot of massive bread making going down. So I am using my freezer fruit bread recipe. It's over on the blog, but it's where I do a bunch of what I call freezer fruit bread. And so today I've got a bunch of bananas. I also have applesauce and I have some frozen strawberries. So I think I'm gonna experiment doing some strawberry bread. Hey, why not? I'm also going to, oh, what are you doing? Did you touch the old bananas? Was it yucky? I'm going outside to do a bunch of work. Last night I power washed the whole house and we moved a bunch of hostas in the evening, and I got another like shade garden type bed going along the back deck. Just doing all my mama puttering things. So I'm gonna get these fruit breads in the oven, and I'm going to get bread going in both bread machines. I'm just gonna like try to fill a shelf in the freezer with various fruit breads, because those are always convenient to have. And I'll be showing you how I do both. And at some point I'll brush my hair too. Win-win. So we got 3 big pans of banana raisin bread. Don't worry, we'll do some banana chocolate chip next, but there we go, Mama got raisins in. So back where they belong, this is my first bread machine. It was actually one of my very first YouTube videos where I did the unboxing. Had this for over 4 years, and then this is the bread machine, still going strong. I got it at the thrift store. It was another early YouTube thrift store haul video. I want to say I got it for like $2.99 or $3.99. Anyway, we're going to get both of these pumping out some bread now. So I just added everything in. I'm using whole wheat flour for this loaf. This is for my bread machine applesauce bread. So I'm just gonna close the lid. And they have a setting called quick bread. So this is what I use a lot for these loaves, and I just hit start. There you go. Now the thing is, and you can see it spinning, after it spins for a few minutes, I'll check it again here in a few minutes, I always go around the sides. Whenever I don't, there's trouble. But if I can go around the sides with one of those, I can't think right now what it's called, rubber spatulas, it just helps things from getting clumpy. So we'll come back in a minute and check on this one. So here's where we're gonna check in on everything. So it's just this little side part. I've had times where I don't, kind of just run the spatula around the sides, and then for some reason those sides just don't mix well, and it's happened to me on various bread machines. Okay, now we will do this bread machine. Now, out of both bread machines, this one for $2.99 that I got from the thrift store 4 years ago, this one sometimes will give me trouble. Sometimes I have to put a loaf from this machine on for a little longer. Overall, I've never lost any loaves except if I don't scrape the sides. But when people have trouble with bread machine recipes, it could just be an issue with the machine itself as well. 1 cup of milk, and we have 1/4 of a cup of oil. Now we're doing 4 eggs. And now I'm going to do 2 cups of unsweetened applesauce. I am lazy with a lot of my various bread recipes. I don't do anything different based on what kind of fruit I'm working with. If I was doing mashed bananas, I would do 2 cups of mashed bananas. If I was going to do blueberries, I would do 2 cups of blueberries. Same recipe, just switch out the fruit. This time, instead of using sugar, I am using stevia, like the baking blend stevia, big bag of it here from Walmart. We will see how this goes. I'm also using whole wheat flour. Now sometimes I do a mix, half all-purpose, half whole wheat. Sometimes all, 6 one way, half dozen another, but that's what I'm using with these loaves. We'll probably do it all by the time we're done with this bread making time. And then for this machine here, it has an express bake 80 minutes. And that is what we will go down to, and then we'll hit start. Now I said to always use the little scraper around your bread, and I didn't do it, and now it's cooking, and I still think I can sneak and do it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna scrape around the sides real quick. Oh no. Hopefully this will not be a lesson in why you do this. I think we got away with that. We shall see. So this was the banana and raisin bread. And I had some of the kids come in and were like, oh, it's banana chocolate chip bread. No, it's banana raisin bread. Because I had about a cup of raisins I wanted to use up.
That's cute.
It's okay, here, look to the camera real quick. But we're not gonna touch the pan. I just wanna show friends, look at Amelia. We went to do one braid this morning, right? Yeah, and what did you say you wanted?
Piggy tails.
Piggy tails. And we did it. And what does Mama always use to get your piggy tails right, or half right?
Fork.
A fork. I used the fork to divide her hair. And when Naomi was little, and I was going to do piggy tails, and I got the fork and I was coming to do her hair, what did she say?
Mommy, don't fork my hair.
She said, don't fork my hair, Mommy. But I just use it to divide, because I always have a fork, but I don't always have a comb. So as I mentioned, last night, power washed the house. We moved a bunch of hospice around. Benjamin. He's been eating those up. I've come back in to get a few more loaves going in the oven. I had 3 baggies full of frozen bananas, but I'd set them out for a little bit while I went out and had watermelon with the kids. My recipe calls for 5 cups of some kind of soft fruit. With this batch though, I'm also gonna throw in a couple handfuls of chocolate chips. So we're getting ready to all go out the door for Taekwondo. Bread-wise, I got done 3. This is for this day, but the bread machine is a-going. This is for Monday, though. So far today, I got 3 of these like 11 by 15 glass baking dishes done. 1 was of banana raisin bread. 2 were of this banana chocolate chip bread. I got a 9 by 13 and an 8 by 8 of banana raisin bread. I have 2 loaves of applesauce bread. I need to pull out of the bread machines there. One of the pans full of the banana raisin bread. The kids ate that and a watermelon for lunch today. Oh, Benjamin heard me talking. For dinner tonight, I've got this chicken fajitas in the slow cooker. I've also got some twice baked potatoes in the oven. So what I'm still working on is my freezer fruit bread recipe that's up over on largefamilytable.com. All of these breads, if I didn't say it already, they'll be good for months. Not that we'll have them around for months, but it's almost June now when I'm making this. It's last week in May, so we might still have a couple loaves hanging out in August. Also, when I was looking for items in my pantry, how cute is this? Okay, there are many items in my pantry that have A's on them. I wonder who got a black crayon and wrote those A's. a perfect world, you separate your wet and dry ingredients. The big reason for doing that is to make sure that your baking soda and those important agents so that your bread actually becomes bread is mixed properly. But I'm an old goat mama, and again, I live on the wild side, so many times I just mix it all together. I can't think of any time I've ever had a problem just mixing it all together. But you do what the experts say to do. There is a trick, which I don't take time to do, but this is, again, if you want like really beautiful blueberry bread, you can mix all of your ingredients together except the blueberries. And then you dust your blueberries in flour. And then you gently fold the blueberries into the mix. And that will give you bread that looks like bread, and then beautiful little round blueberries throughout your bread. However, I bloody murdered mine. Bloody murdered my blueberries, bloody murdered my blueberry bread. We're gonna have some purple blueberry bread with blueberry goodness mashed all through it. And that's okay with me too. Still working off the banana bread recipe, only I replace the bananas with any other fruit. So we're doing nothing different today. I already sprayed my pan. Now we're gonna put in a cup of milk in both machines. This is where, if you can pick up another bread machine or 2 bread machines at a thrift store, and they're only like $2.99. I saw another one at a Goodwill in my area a few weeks ago, and I thought, Jamerrill, you don't need 3 bread machines. But you always need 2. So if you can get yourselves 2, then it's just as easy as putting the same ingredients in both machines at the same time. I'm still using stevia as my sugar. Of course, my disclaimer, if you're watching this video 10 years from now, maybe we will have found out that stevia is the cause of all evil in the world, but for now, stevia is okay. I think, maybe, probably not, who knows. So now we're gonna get these going, and then again, just like I did last time, we'll run the rubber spatula around the outside. So for this Breadman bread machine, again, this is the quick bread setting, which is number 6. Hit start, and then on this bad boy, this is my $2.99 special, but it's still made many breads for me over the years. I put this all the way down, express bake 80 minutes. I like the whirling sound of double bread machines going. I think I'm going to double my freezer fruit bread recipe, doing applesauce bread, and then as these other loaves are done, the batter will be ready and we'll just keep on filling it. So we'll probably have about 12 or so large family style loaves, which means if you would do these in your 8x8 pans, you'd have about 24 loaves or so ready to go, and that's all you would need to do. Yeehaw. This was Zion's idea. He asked if I was making any chocolate chip bread. I said I didn't have any bananas. I said I'm making applesauce bread, and he said, well, that might be good with chocolate chips. So I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna add, this is 2 cups, so I'm gonna add in 4 cups of chocolate chips. Remember, only real life cooking going on around these here parts. Good. Voila. Dish-wise, I have a couple 9x13s available. Of course, I don't freeze the bread in the glass dishes, but my other glass is hot and has other bread in it. You know, we're doing the kitchen swirls here. I have several of, I confirmed, these are 11x18. Some of my videos I go around saying, I have these other real big ones, they're 11 by something. So, I'm gonna do some 11x18 as well. Now I have several friends who use applesauce instead of oil in their baking with no issues. I used oil and applesauce, but I also added in the chocolate chips. Zion did the flavor analysis and he thought it would go together nicely.
It will.
It will. Amelia says so too. So we'll be the guinea pigs. We'll try this out. Hot pans coming out from the oven. So I moved the large 11 by 18 pan up a rack. That's on for a few more minutes. These other pans over here are completely cool. Obviously these are burning hot and the bread machine was beeping too. So I just checked in on the bread machine bread. The loaf that's in my thrift store bread machine is done. The loaf that's in my Breadman bread machine, my fork is not coming out totally clean, a little bit on there. So when that happens, woo, you having a good old time? Yeah. When that happens, all I have to do, there's a setting that says bake only. So long story short, I add 10 more minutes and I do it in 10. Benjamin! If you hear a dinosaur, it's Benjamin. Are you being a dinosaur? Do it in 10-minute increments because that's how either of these machines let you do. Sometimes it just needs 10 more minutes. Okay, so this is the loaf that I just pulled out of my thrift store bread machine. I think I'll just let it sit here 15 minutes or so. Then I'll take a butter knife around it, then it'll pop right out. Yay. You can see our little bread collection's growing. Got that other 8 by 11 loaf out. Whenever I take my butter knife around one of these bread machine loaves, I then just flip my little tub over. Usually it sits a few minutes, but that already felt like it was coming out. Let's see here. And there we go. So here is our pretty little loaf. Now, whenever you do bake bread in the bread machine, you always got the little spinner at the bottom. So I usually just kind of dig that out, pop it out early on. Or I forget about it and that's extra exciting. Okay, so we've got the second loaf. All it needed was 10 more minutes. Again, same ingredients, near identical machines, kids running cars on the floor. Still needed 10 more minutes, but now it's great. We still have one more of these big 11 by 18s in the oven, but here's the final look and the stack of dishes. So thank you for hanging out over these few days and making a ton of bread. We will have freezer fruit bread for quite a while, won't we? Or not quite a while. Depends on how life rolls. Anywho, you can keep watching all of my large family cooking videos right here. I'm putting up a playlist of a bunch of my favorites, and you can just see how all the super mega large family style cooking goes down. And I'll see you next time with another brand new video, and I will chat with everyone in those comments below. Bye bye.